is that Liz Truss, there we see her now. If you're watching on television, if you're listening on radio, this is the last PMQs that took place. She has got an 80-seat majority for the time being. Travers said Tory MPs ain't going to vote for Christmas. They're not turkeys. Is there a strategy that you can see as a Labour thinker, press person and strategist, to be fair, that can get Labour to bring that election earlier? Because I don't see it yet. No,
I mean, it is a problem that enough Tory MPs have got to say, we are trashing the country. And I mean, this is, I mean, it's a serious problem about how much money she has wasted in the last 4 weeks. I mean, if Labour were to win an election tomorrow, the coffers are nearly empty. Yeah. I mean, that is a real problem, is they can't do all their spending plans. They can't make the money that they need. Sure. So actually, I mean, it's a question of whether various Conservatives, and like David Davis, actually say the country is more important than the party. We've got to start getting it right.
Yeah. I tell you, the other person who's really got to start getting it right, for whom I have a quiet admiration, is Rachel Reeves, because she had an open goal yesterday, and she came out with 2 points in her recorded interview that we ran several times here on GB News. One was this ridiculous line that this is a crisis made in Downing Street, which ignores the state of the world energy markets, ignores COVID, it ignores the war in Ukraine and the rest of it. And the second thing that she said with crystal clarity is that there wasn't a word of what they would do instead. There was no admission that the finances are in a terrible strait. I mean, it is not exclusively made in Downing Street, and she's got to come up with a better mantra.
Yeah, but Alastair, the disaster was made in Downing Street, right? I mean, you're beginning to sound like Jacobs Rees-Mogg, who goes, no, but, you know, things were already going bad. I mean, the reason the market...
But that's true.
The markets were spooked by unfunded tax cuts, right? The markets were spooked because of what they did. Yes, life has not been very good. I mean, what I wonder, actually, is whether Liz Truss... whether suddenly she realised that she had to do the gas stuff, and actually she'd never ever factored that in all the way through her election campaign. She said no handouts.
But nor is Rachel, because I mean, you say unfunded tax cuts. Overwhelmingly, the amount of money that the city has to stump up now at a higher price, which is why interest rates have gone up, are for the energy support scheme. 120 billion pounds. I mean, it may come down a bit as gas prices and energy prices come down, but that's the big bit. It's not the tax cuts, it's the sheer scale of borrowing. Where is Labour and Rachel Reeves' explanation of what you would do if you were in power right now?
OK, well, there is a problem that actually they would have done an awful lot before. And one of the things is obviously the windfall tax, which I know doesn't get there.
We've had that already.
No, we have. When Keir suggested a 6-month moratorium on gas prices, it was paid for by the windfall tax, right? So, and Liz Truss says no windfall tax. We'll let the energy companies go on making their 170 billion of extra money. I mean, it's quite a lot of money, the windfall tax. So that's always been there. But the other thing is a lot of things would have happened earlier so that we didn't have these freaks. I mean, it's very difficult to say, what would you do if you began now? Because actually, we've been calling for different things for an awful long time. Right.